Hey guys, coming back at you from the basement again. Got another little video to show you guys what we're doing to pull an extra 1K a month. Just staying steady at it. We got some new lights, so maybe it's a little lighter in here, but we're gonna go through a couple of things here that sold. I think I've done a video on these. These are chore coats for dogs. They're Carhartt. Bought these at Tractor Supply on the clearance aisle. I think I paid $7 a piece for them, something like that. But anyway, one of these sold, so we got to ship it. We got to ship that, and then we're going to go through another shelf. I said we were going to go through some of these shelves and see what all we have. So I don't know if I can turn this camera around or not. Hold on. All right, we're back. So this shelf here, what we've got on this shelf is, all these are overalls up top. If I can pick up overalls, I try to buy the Liberty USA made. I will buy some other, like those are Washington, DC, Sanfordized. See that word right there? You need to pick that up, doesn't matter what it is. But anyway, this is pretty much all overalls up here. Most of them are older, vintage. If I can pick them up for less than $5 or so, I try to buy all those because they bring anywhere from 25 to 50. This shelf right here is nothing but Levi's. Same thing on these. Orange tab Levi's do pretty good. These really stone wash, I guess you would say, those do pretty good. Those are a newer pair of Levi's, but they're in really good shape, and I think I paid like $4 for them or something. So anyway, that's Levi's. Now here's an item you don't need to sleep on. If you can find new in the pack, those are some socks I got in a deal, but if you can buy new in the pack men's underwear at a reasonable price. I typically don't pick up these, but these were so cheap I had to. Jockey is an excellent brand, and I pick up every pair new in the box that I can find. Looks like I've got 4 of those left. At one time I bought 38 or 48 pair of those. Same thing on women's, new with tags, and they're down on the bottom, but anyway, new with tags on those. I'll pick those up. I got a Tonka truck. I got some toy soldiers. A couple of buys I don't think were the best buys. Now this is an odd one. I got several watchers on it. It's a Masonic Bible. Those are exit signs. They're new, still got the plastic on them. Pick those up for like $10 for all of them. So anyway, that's one shelf. But we're gonna go over what sold. So let's go over here to the computer and see what sold. Let's see. I had it up. Okay. Here we go. Excuse my finger, guys. So that's the Carhartt item that sold right there. It sold for $47, all in, $61.46 with shipping. So let's get back to, let's go to paid and shipped. We're just going to run through this kind of quick. And I'll try to get up close so you can see. I know this is not like screen recording, but it's the best I can do. All right, so that's 3 comic books I got in a box deal. Really didn't want to list them, but I did. I got $13 for them. I think they stayed up for about a year. Okay, Transformers. These are 3DS. These had the manuals. This was a Transformer thing that had 4 games in it. And let me see if I can show you that. Okay, so it had one manual. It had 4 different games in it. And I think I paid maybe $2 for for this 3DS, and it sold for $38.99. I picked up I think there was about 6 of these 3DS games, and I lotted some of them up, and I think I've sold every one but the Mario Kart. But next on the list is Colt pistol handles. I bought a lot of pistol handles with about 12 different pistol handles in them, and these are, and I say handles, they're grips, pistol grips. 38 special, government issue 1911. Anyway, a lot of 3 of those, and I bought all of them for like $35, and these brought $75 plus shipping. They're all in at $86. Here's something along the lines we just talked about. New in the pack, these were older Hanes vintage pantyhose, and I think I picked up a box that had a bunch of these in it, and we lotted them up. Those have been up for quite some time, but we've sold most of the other ones. Those 3 pair brought $30 plus shipping. Okay, here's some more of the 3DS games. No, these were PlayStation 3, I'm sorry. That was just a lot that I'd sold of PlayStation 3 games. They brought $26 for the 3. So, sometimes you can get a box deal on games, and, they won't be worth $6, $8, $10, but if you get them and you got enough in there that's worth $6, $7, $8 a piece, you just lot them up 3, 4 at a time and get $20, $25 for them. So don't discount cheap games. Get them and put them in a lot, 2 or 3 together. Okay, here's another one. This is a Pella Studio Wilson leather long jacket. My grandson bought a jacket very similar to this, new, and he paid like $300. And I told him, I said, man, you should have come to the basement, because I had the jacket that looks very similar. I'd have sold it to you for a lot less than $300. I think I paid $10 for this. I paid up a little bit. I normally don't pay $10 for anything, but I did on this one. But it brought $50, $49.99, and it had shipping on top of that. Here's another one of those deals. I got a free bag of clothes at a thrift store one time because I spent $15 or $20 or whatever it was. So you got a free bag, and these were in the bag. They're Nike. They've got pockets on the back, if I can find them. And these were in the death pile. And the other day I was just going through, and I was like, I've got to list some of this stuff. And I listed these. You just got a snap back pocket. So, hey, they brought $15 plus shipping, $24, and they were free in a bag. So here is those games I was telling you about. These were 3DS, and these were just DS. Batman, and Pac-Man. And what these brought were $19.99. So there again, they're $6, $7 games. I lotted them up. I got $19.99 plus shipping. Customers all in at $28. And I paid like $1 a piece for these. I think I bought like 6 of them for maybe $6. And the only one I got left is the Mario Kart, which I thought would probably sell first, but it didn't. Now here's one I got burnt on. I say I got burnt. I paid very little for this. I think I paid like $3.99 or something like that. But it's a QuickBooks. I opened it up. All the books were there. All the CDs were there. I looked at the first CD and I didn't look at the rest, and it only had one CD. And one CD was missing. So instead of it being a $40 or $50 sale, it ended up being a $15 sale, but it did sell. So, I ended up making about $10 on it. So don't give up on something just because you think you get burnt. There's somebody out there looking for it. Here is a vintage Woolrich blanket lined. Okay. There's the tag, blanket lined. If you see a jacket with blanket lined inside, and it's got the canvas outside, if it's a vintage jacket and you can buy it at a reasonable price, this is a big chore coat, but it's a canvas, kind of like a Carhartt, but it's a Woolrich. Buy those. I mean, I paid like I think I paid $4.99 or $5.99 for this, and it brought $55 plus shipping, and I charged $15 shipping because it was kind of a heavy big coat, so the customer was in at $75 on that. We done a video here a while back on magazines. I sold another Walther magazine. I think this was I'm trying to see what kind it was. It's a 32 ACP 7.65 8-round stainless steel magazine. This magazine I paid $15 for, and it brought $52. Now here's the deal of the day. I bought these two bats for $2 a piece. This is a Ghost, this is a Ghost. They're a youth softball bats, and they were in fair to good condition, I would say. But for $2 a piece, I had to get them. And these bats brought, I sold them as a pair. They brought $100. I don't know if y'all can see that. They brought, where's that right there? $100 plus shipping. All right, here's another jacket I picked up. This is an Alaskan down winter coat. It's an army green color. Pretty cool jacket. And it was down. So there's the tag, made in Taiwan, Alaskan down and leather products. It was a vintage jacket. I sold it locally. It was on eBay, but I think it went up the road about 100 miles. So someone in Alabama bought it. But that was a nice find. I think I paid $6.99 for this. No, actually $7.99. And I sold it for $47.99. So that was a pretty good deal. Here is a Batman Xbox game that I picked up with those other 3DS games. Didn't bring a lot. I think it brought $19.90. And then we sold another one of those Carhartt duck insulated things. I don't think I've showed y'all this. I sold this blue pan. It's a speckled enamel roaster. This thing was huge. It was 18 inches long. It was huge. Had a pan on the inside. I paid $4.99 for this. No, I paid $5.99, and it brought $45.99. Got some board shorts. Sold some board shorts in the middle of the winter for $19. Here's some of this camo that I told you guys about the other day. It's a camo sweatshirt, vintage jersey, I think it was, 2XL. There you go, made in the USA. Don't sleep on the camo, folks. Here's another one of those dog chore coats. I've sold almost all of those. This is a cool one. This is an old vintage Russell Athletic made in the USA jersey, and it's got those holes in it. Just an old school jersey, man. There it is, made in USA Russell. I think I paid $2.99 for this, and it brought $25. Texans jacket, paid $5. It was leather. Nice jacket. Took a little while to sell, but $65. Sold a couple of Patagonia shirts. This is a microphone. I got in a deal, a big lot of stuff. I listed it for $20. It stayed up for about a year. Finally sold it. It's just a mic. You see that? Now this is a micrometer, if y'all see these around, y'all need to pick these up. This is Starrett tube micrometer. I actually, this was a really good piece, and I dropped it, and that little piece right there is carbide, and when I dropped it, it hit right on the corner of it and broke it off. This is about a $40 to $50 micrometer, and Big Dummy dropped it and broke it. But instead of just crying, I put it online for 15 bucks. I think I paid $10 for it. Put it online for 15 bucks plus shipping. I ended up making about $4 on it, even though I broke it. I told y'all about the jockey underwear, men's underwear. If it's in the pack, buy it if it's reasonable. And there's 2 more of those magazines. We may have went over those on the last video, I'm not sure. But anyway, that is where we're at, and let's look back and see how much we got for the month right now. Hold on. Let me get back to our, let's see. All right, looks like for a 90-day total, we're at $8,082.39. Okay. $8,082.39. It's a 90-day total. So we're staying right there somewhere between 7,000 and 8,000 just about every month for the 90-day total. And that's how I do it, guys. Appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you on the next video.